Today I'll explain about the execution of for loop in Java using VS Code. What is a loop in programming? A loop in programming is a sequence of instructions that repeats until a certain condition is met. Suppose if you want to print a particular statement number of times. Let's say I want to print an hello world for 1000 times. So I can't just copy and paste for 1000 times. So we need to go for a looping concept which helps us in order to create our task in a very simple fashion. Now coming to the for loop. Now for loop is an entry control loop because it checks the condition before entering the loop and then take decision accordingly. Now it is called as an entry control because before entering into the particular loop, we are going to test the condition. If the condition is satisfied, then you enter into the loop, otherwise no. You can see the syntax here. Now for any loop, it could be for loop, while loop or do while loop. We have three sections. One is initialization, one is condition checking, one is updation, which is called as either increment or decrement. Now here we do the initialization of the variable, like suppose I equal to 1. Then we need to check the condition, like I less than equal to 10 or some other condition. Based on that, you want to increment the I value or decrement the I value. You need to decide according to your application. And if the condition is true, then only we enter into the loop. Then the statements, whatever you're writing, will be executed. The statements could be 1 or the statements could be n number. It depends on your application. So you need to remember that a loop consists of three sections. One is initialization, one is condition, and one is incrementation or decrementation. We call it as updation. Now coming to the flowchart. Now here this is the start of your application. And this is where we do initialization of a variable. That's what I was saying, no? I equal to 1. So that variable initialization is done here. And this is the test condition where you can see the robust symbol is nothing but a test condition, like I less than equal to 10. If that is true, then the for loop body will be executed. And after the execution, we have an incrementation or decrementation. There is nothing but updation will be done. And again, you can see the arrow is going to the test expression. Second time, suppose I was 1, now I become 2, 2 less than 10 again. It is true. Again, the loop executed. Again, it increments to 3. 3 less than 10. It is true. Then the body of the loop outputs like that. Now, once the test condition is failed, you can see this line, false, it directly comes out of the loop. And if there are no further statements, it will stop. If there are further statements, it will go on executing that. Now, based on this flowchart, you can see here how does the flow goes. As I said, the for loop is contained three sections: initialization, condition, and updation. The updation could be incrementation or decrementation. So the first step is you need to initialize a variable. Then the variable need to be checked with the condition. The condition is true. And you can see here, if the condition is true, you can enter into the loop, the open brace. Then you execute the body of the loop, the statements get executed. If this condition is false, you can see here, we're coming out of the loop. Now this is out of the loop, and the statements, whatever the outside the loop, get executed. And after this particular iteration, the first iteration is over, you can see this arrow, the updation goes on, incrementation or decrementation. So if it is an incrementation, suppose, again you need to test the, again I need to test the condition here. If the condition is true, you need to enter the block. If the condition is false, you need to come to the block. So for every iteration, you need to check the condition. So based on the condition, you need to decide whether you can enter into the block or you're coming out of the block. I will show you the demonstration. That is nothing but execution of the for loop in Java using VS Code. I will open the Visual Studio Code editor. So in the search bar, you can type Visual Studio Code, Visual Studio. So already it's been listed out here. and you need to see that your software is installed prior for execution. So just click this. Now the environment of Visual Studio will be open. Now this is the environment of the Visual Studio. So you can close the windows which is not applicable to you. Now here first we'll create a Java folder to save the Java files. So I'll explain how to create the Java folder here. So you can go for File, then New File. Now it is asking you which file or folder you want to create. So here you have a text file, Python file, Jupyter Notebook, new Java file, and Java project. So we'll create a folder called Java project folder. So I'm giving, if you have a list of options, no, you can just type Java and you select the Java project folder. Now here it is giving no build tools, work with source code directly without any build tools, or you can create the environment for the specific applications, because we do have so many options here for different purposes. So right now I'm going for this, no build tools. Now it is asking for a folder name where you need to save your Java files. So already I have a Java VS1 folder, you can see here. Under that I want to create a subfolder. So here I will create new folder and I'll name it as Java VS2, because this is a subfolder name. Now this VS2 is been under VS1, so I'll just click and select the project location. Now you can see here the VS2 is created, and in VS2 there are no files, empty folder created. So now I need to store my files here. So you need to see that arrow mark is being towards down, then only what are the files you are going to create to save under Java VS2. If you click like this, it will save under Java VS1 only, but I want in VS2 folder. So I click like this, and here you have an option called new file. You can see this icon, right? You just click this. Okay. Now we'll see some programs using for loop. Let's say I want to print hello world for 10 times. Okay, so how do you do with the for loop? So I name it as, let's say, hello world, hello world.java. Just press enter. Now this is where you are going to type your application. So by default you're getting the structure of Java file, and you need to give mandatory like .java extension because the Java application. So public class hello world. Now any class you need to use a class keyword, and the public is prefix if you want to make your class to be accessible by other classes within our outside package. And this is the class name. Okay, so hello is when world are two words generally, and you need to see that capital letters of each word need to be capital. Okay, the first character and the second word first character should be capital. I'll type public static void main, and here I want to print something like system.print out.println, that is hello world. Now this println is a output method, and out is an object of system class. The system is a class from language package. So if you write like this, it is going to print only one time, but I want 10 times to be printed. So I'll add just a for loop. For, can write here itself, int I equal to 1. That's a initialization. Then I less than equal to 10. That's a condition. Then I plus plus. Then you close this and put the brackets. Okay. Now this is the initialization part. This is the condition part. This is the updation, that is incrementation part. Now 1 less than 10, the condition is true. It enters into the block and print hello world. Again it goes for incrementation. I becomes 2. Again test condition. 2 less than 10, condition is true. Again it enters the block and print the hello world. Again it goes for increment. Again test condition becomes 3. 3 less than 10 again. So it goes till 10. So whenever it goes for the 11th iteration, 11 less than 10, the condition is false. So it comes out of the loop. So I can write here if you want one more println statement. Like this is the end of the program. Okay, you can see here this is the end of the program. This statement I want once all 10 times the hello world is printed. So just save the file, and here we have a run option. This button, run code. You click this, and you can see the output like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this program, this is the end of the program. So here we have written, right? So after 10 times printing only, once the condition is filled, it comes out of the loop and it print the further statements. So this is one program. I'll show you another program by using for loop. If suppose I want to print 1 to 10 numbers, so again you can just go for file. I'll write here numbers.java. Press enter. So again you get the structure here. So here I will type public static void main. Now simple, I will use a for loop. For integer I equal to 1, I less than equal to 10, I plus 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 plus. Then here I'll write system dot out dot println of only I value. So I don't write anything, only I value I want to print. Okay, just close. So for loop is closed here. This one is the main method and this one is the class closing. So what I've done, only I've taken a for loop for I equal to 1, I less than 10, I plus plus. So 1 less than 10, the condition is true, it is going to print I value, that is 1. Then again I incrementation to 2, 2 less than 10, condition is true and 2 is printed. So till 10 it is printed. So 11th iteration the condition is failed. So just save the file and run here. So here you can see the output like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so in this way you are going to get the output within a loop. I'll show how to go for decrementation of this number like 10 to 1, how to print. So I'll take one more file here. I'll write decrement.java. Okay, so same logic. I'll just copy and put here. Now, but what is the change you need to do here is I need to go for the initialization of the bigger number. So that is 10 I'll put. Here I'll write greater than equal to 1. And here I'll write decrementation operator minus minus. So 10 to 1 I want to print now. So 10 is greater than 1, then print 10 value. Again 1 minus minus means 10 minus 1, 9. Okay, 9 greater than 1, true, 9 is printed. Again 9 minus 1, 8. 8 greater than 1, true, then 8 is printed. Again 8 minus 1, 7. 7 greater than 1. So like that it goes for till 1. Okay, so 10 to 1 you're going to print. And whenever you get 0, 0 greater than equal to 1, that is condition is false. If you want to write, you can make out one statement here. System dot out dot println like outside for loop. That's all. Outside for loop. Okay. So just save this file and run the application. So here you can see the output like 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And after 1, there is nothing. Outside for loop is been printed. So in this way, you can go for decrementation also. Now I'll show you another program. Let's say I want to print a multiplication table of a given number. So I'll create one more file here. I'll name it as multiplication.java. Now here it has given the class name structure. Now inside this, I'll write public static void main. Now in this, we will write the code for multiplication table. Suppose I am taking int 10 equal to sum 5. And I'll write the loop for int I equal to 0, I less than equal to, not 0, here I started 1, less than equal to 10, then I plus plus. Now here I'll write system dot out dot println of. Now I need to print like 5 into 1 equal to pi, right? So n is holding 5 values. I'll put n concatenation operator. Then I need to put a star mark now. I'll put a star mark like this. And I'll close the double quotes to print star as it is. So whatever you write in the double quotes will print as it is. I then concatenate with I value because I is holding 1, 2, 3, 4 till 10, right? Then again concatenate with equal to, and again close that particular bracket. Concatenation with, here I'll write n into I value. Okay, this one is now public static void main. We need to write here string arguments. Okay, then this one line says that 5 into 1 equal to n into 5. Okay, so till 10 you're going to print. So just save this file, right? Then run and check. So here you can see the output 5 into 1 equal to 5, 2, 3, 4, like that till 10. 5 and 10 equal to 50. Okay, so this only one line is playing the important role here. So how to do the calculation here, and inside the loop still you are keeping inside the loop, right? So it is working for 10 times. I'll show one more program, factorial program. I'll just show how to do the factorial. So I put fact.java. So factorial implies what? If any given number is there like 5, so I need to do the multiplication like 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, so that sort of logic we need to write. So the class name is fact, then public static void main. It's not factorial, public static void main. Now in this, I'll take one variable called fact equal to 1. That's a variable, or you can take f equal to 1. Now I'll take a number, int number equal to some 5 factorial amount I'm giving with this for integer I equal to 1, I less than equal to number. So number is 5, then I plus plus. Now in this loop, I need to write f equal to f into I. Okay, and outside this, that means complete calculation is over. You write down system dot out dot println of the factorial of what is that, a number, no, that is 5. So I concatenate with, I just close your double quotes, then concatenate with number, again concatenate with is, final answer is stored in F. So you print that. Okay, so after the loop, I'm trying to print that value. So I'm giving 5 means I know expecting my answer is 120. 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, so that will be calculated here and its value will be printed here. So just save and run the program. So here you can see the factorial of 5 is 120. So here there is no space. If you want to give that space, you can do the adjustment here and here also. Okay. So in what way you're going to write the code, in that same way you're going to get the output. You can see there is a space. The factor of 5 is 120. Okay. So in this way you can do multiple applications by using for loop. Okay. I hope this video given some input on for loop, and if you like it, please share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.